Episode 2. When Love Reached the Council of Elders. A Cape Kingdom Love Tale. Northwest Province of Cameroon. The sun rose gently over Cape Kingdom, but the kingdom did not wake with its usual calm. Something had changed. The red earth paths were the same. The hills were still green. The market women still set out their baskets early. Yet beneath the normal sounds of morning, roosters crowing, children laughing, pestles pounding food, there was tension. A quiet tension that sat in people's hearts like a question without an answer. Everyone knew it now. Princess B loved a foreigner, and the king had called the elders. Inside the palace, King Ewah sat alone in his private chamber. The morning light entered softly through the window, touching the carved walls and polished floor. He had not slept well. All night, his thoughts moved like restless birds. He thought of the ancestors whose names were spoken during festivals. He thought of the laws they left behind. He thought of his daughter, small B, who once held his finger with her tiny hand. King Ewah was a ruler, but before that, he was a father. He rose slowly and washed his face. When he looked into the small mirror, he saw not only a king, but a man standing between two worlds. Soon, the palace horn sounded. It was time. That morning, the inner cabinet of Cape Kingdom gathered for a meeting unlike any other. The inner cabinet was made up of the oldest and wisest men of the land, chiefs with white hair, elders whose voices carried the weight of time, men who remembered stories from their grandfathers' grandfathers. They met in the council hall, a wide open space inside the palace. Wooden stools were arranged in a circle. At the center lay a carved staff, symbol of truth and careful speech. No one spoke loudly in the council hall. This was a place for wisdom, not noise. One by one, the elders arrived, greeting each other respectfully. May your morning be peaceful. May your wisdom speak clearly today. Finally, King Ewah entered. All the elders stood. Your Royal Highness, they greeted. Please sit, the king replied. When everyone had settled, silence filled the hall. It was the kind of silence that makes you hear your own breathing. King Ewah cleared his throat. My fathers, he began, I thank you for coming. The elders nodded. There is a matter before us, the king continued, a matter that concerns my household and the future of Cape Kingdom. Everyone knew what he meant, but still, no one interrupted. King Ewah spoke slowly. My daughter, Princess B, has given her heart to a man who is not from this kingdom. A soft murmur passed through the room, like wind brushing leaves. King Ewah raised his hand gently, and the room became quiet again. This matter touches an ancient law, he said, the law that the first princess must marry from within Cape Kingdom. One elder leaned forward, resting his hands on his walking stick. That law, the elder said, was created to protect us. Another elder nodded. It binds us together. A third elder added, it honors those who came before us. King Ewah listened. Then he spoke again. But my fathers, he said, this law now stands between a daughter's happiness and the tradition of our land. The elders exchanged glances. This is not a small matter, one said. This is not an easy matter, another replied. And so, the deliberations began. Day after day, the elders met. They spoke in proverbs. They told old stories. They argued gently but firmly. One elder said, a tree does not bend because of one bird. Another replied, but even the strongest tree must bend in the wind or it will break. Some elders feared change. If we change this law, one said, what will stop others from asking for more changes? Others thought of unity. The world is growing closer. Another elder said, strangers are not always enemies. King Ewah listened more than he spoke. He asked questions. He weighed every word. But the council could not agree. And so, the meetings continued. While the elders debated inside the palace, Cape Kingdom debated outside. Every week, just as the sun climbed high, the town crier stood in the village market. He beat his drum. Boom, 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 boom. People gathered quickly, wiping their hands on their wrappers, leaving baskets behind. The town crier lifted his voice. People of Cape Kingdom, the Council of Elders is still discussing the future of Princess B. No decision has been made. Remain calm and respectful. And just like that, the market came alive. Still no decision? These elders like to talk. Love does not wait forever. Women shook their heads as they sold vegetables. Men argued loudly under the shade of trees. Young people whispered and laughed. Some supported Princess B. She is our pride. She deserves happiness. Others disagreed. If we change the law for her, what about our daughters? Tradition is not cloth you change every day. Some villagers enjoyed the excitement too much. They placed friendly bets. I say the law will change. No, it will never change. People laughed, but underneath the laughter was worry. Cape Kingdom had never faced a question like this before. Inside the palace, Princess B felt time moving slowly, like a heavy cloud. She followed her father's instructions carefully. She did not meet Anthony alone. She did not speak carelessly. She stayed respectful and calm, but inside her heart, a storm lived. At night, Princess B lay awake on her mat, listening to insects sing. What if the elders say no? She wondered. What if my love brings trouble to the kingdom? She prayed quietly. God, she whispered, give my father wisdom. Give the elders understanding. Sometimes tears rolled down her face, but she wiped them quickly. Princess B was strong. Anthony waited too. He did not complain. He did not pressure the palace. He did not make demands. He stayed in Cape Kingdom longer than planned, helping traders, assisting elders, and learning more of the culture. Some villagers began to notice him more. He is patient, one woman said. He is respectful, another added, but others still looked at him with doubt. He is the reason this trouble started, one man said. Anthony heard the whispers, but he did not respond with anger. He believed that love must walk gently. As weeks passed, something unexpected happened. The number of young men coming to the palace increased. They arrived early in the morning, dressed neatly, holding gifts. I wish to marry Princess B, one said confidently. I am ready to honor tradition, another declared. The palace guards grew tired. Another one? They whispered. Inside the palace, the elders were informed. One elder shook his head. This matter is becoming heavier. Another sighed. The kingdom is restless. Princess B was called before her father again. B, King Ewah said gently, many men from our land have come forward. Princess B lowered her head respectfully. I know, father. King Ewah studied her face. Do you wish to consider any of them? Princess B took a deep breath. Father, she said softly, they are good men, but my heart has already chosen. King Ewah closed his eyes for a moment. He did not scold her. He did not raise his voice. He simply nodded. The elders met again. This matter will not disappear. One elder said, the people are watching. Another added. King Ewah finally spoke firmly. We must reach a decision, he said. Not in haste, but not in fear either. The elders agreed to continue discussions, but now with urgency. They asked questions about Anthony. Does he respect our customs? Is he willing to learn our ways? Does he honor our elders? Reports were brought. He greets properly. He helps without being asked. He has caused no trouble. Some elders began to soften. Character matters, one said quietly. Others remained firm. Law matters more, another replied. As episode 2 comes to a close, Cape Kingdom stands divided but awake. The elders are still talking, but time is pressing. The villagers are restless but hopeful. Princess B waits with courage. Anthony waits with patience. And King Ewah carries a burden heavier than the royal crown. Because the question before Cape Kingdom is no longer just about marriage. It is about who they are and who they are willing to become. And soon, very soon, a decision will rise like the morning sun. This is not just a love story. It is an African tale. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, share, and subscribe for more African stories. And remember, love can overcome differences when hearts are honest and kind.